So you want to improve your sleep, but you don't know how. Let's fix that. All right, no dilly-dallying. Let's get straight into the meat of this. Let's get straight into the sleep hack, into the most efficient sleep hacks that will improve your sleep. So number one is temperature, both bodily temperature and room temperature. So when we want to sleep, we want our bodies and our room to be in a low temperature. So you know the feeling of when you take a hot shower and you just feel so comfy, right? You just want to get all up in your bed. Well, it's not actually that your body temperature raises because you've taken a cold shower. It actually that it decreases and therefore makes it easier to fall asleep because, right, when you take a cold shower, it's all steaming and then you get out and your body kind of does this like thing, right? You can kind of see this, right? It's steaming and shit, and it's simply as when you're in a hot shower and then when you get out, well, I'm sure there's an explanation out there. I might even put a clip up if I find one. But your body temperature decreases after taking a hot shower, and I'm pretty sure because like it increases it, and then you go outside where it's like cool, and the hot water on your body kind of like evaporates, and then it makes your body cooler. So taking a hot shower before you go to bed will decrease your body temperature, making it easier to fall asleep. So your body temperature is actually really, really important when you fall asleep. So I'm pretty sure this is linked to like circadian rhythm, but we'll talk about that next. And it's your body temperature is higher throughout the day and it gets lower at night. And so if you can purposefully make it lower instead of like having it be a mechanism, maybe you can like force the mechanism, right? And you can force your body temperature to cool down, making it easier to fall asleep. And so that's why we like sleeping in cold rooms, right? The cold side of the pillow, all of these things are good. And so if you want to have a cool room, well, I suggest maybe keep your windows open just a tiny bit and then close them before you go to bed. I don't really do that, because I have the curtains and I don't want mosquitoes and shit getting in. But if you want to do that to lower your room temperature, then go ahead and do that. Or you can just like thermostat it, right? Maybe decrease the temperature of your thermostat. Alright, second thing you can do to improve your sleep is your circadian rhythm, right? I hinted at this. Your circadian rhythm is actually really, really important to improving your sleep because it's essentially your internal body clock. So the one thing you can do to improve your sleep, like from your circadian rhythm, isn't actually something you do at night. It's something you do in the morning, which is getting morning sunlight exposure. When you get morning sunlight exposure, you're essentially jump-starting your circadian rhythm and you're starting up your circadian rhythm, telling it, okay, I'm awake. So time to get this bitch up and running, right? And actually you can do the same thing at night where you can see the sun down, the sunset, and that pretty much indicates to your body, okay, time to go to bed because there's no longer light out, right? And so if you can get morning sunlight in and if you can see the sunset, so basically be outside for the sunset and for the sunrise, and unconsciously, like, your sleep will start to get better, and it's simply because you're going outside when the sun is rising, so you're like, okay, my body, it's time, in circadian rhythm, time to get going, and then at night for the sunset, you're like, okay, body, time to slowly shut off because there's no more light out, and humans, we can't be out at night, so circadian rhythm, time to go into, like, the sleep mode. Third thing you can do to improve your sleep is, again, kind of connected to the circadian rhythm. It's to wake up and go to bed at the same time every single day. This is pretty much just like improving your circadian rhythm, because if one day you wake up at 8 and then you wake up at 9, but then you wake up at 6, then you wake up at 9 again, right, your body is kind of all over the place and it doesn't really know. It's not in this set schedule of, okay, I know I'm going to go to bed here, I'm going to wake up here, and then I'm going to go to bed here again, right? It's more of this fucking wonky ass thing. But if you can pretty much set it, right, like, when you're gonna wake up and you know when you're gonna go to bed, well, it makes it easier for your body to fall asleep and then wake up at the same time every single day. So follow a routine, right? Find a time that you can wake up and go to bed every single day for the rest of your life. And I'm pretty sure, like, now this is not the same thing for everybody. Some people do really well. Night owls, right, they go to bed at 1 o'clock and then they wake up at 10. If you want to do that, go ahead, right? I don't know if that's it for you. For most people, however, I think it'll be from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. That's probably the thing they can follow for the rest of their lives. So try out different sleep hours, right? Maybe don't fuck up your schedule too much, but try to find the wake up time and the go to bed time that suits you best. Alright, the next thing you can do to improve your sleep is to wear a mouth strip as you sleep. So simply wearing like mouth tape over you sleep, and these are specialized things, right? They're not going to hurt you. You're not going to die. But wearing mouth tape over your mouth as you sleep, well, you'll just be nasal breathing throughout the entire night. And I just did a video on breathing, but everything in your life improves when you nasal breathe, and that means your sleep will improve when you nasal breathe. And so when you wear mouth strips, well, you're forced to nasal breathe, and so you'll breathe deeper, longer breath, making you more calm, and your sleep will improve simply because you're nasal breathing. All right, the last thing you can do to improve your sleep is simply to follow a wind down routine. So this thing, there can be many different things, right? You can light candles, for example. That can be a thing. You light candles, and then you go meditate, you go read, and that's your wind time routine. And that's pretty much my wind time routine, right? First of all, I make sure my environment is nice and, right, like I said, nice and cool. And then I maybe even light a candle, because nice smells promote sleep. Then I might do some journaling, meditate, and then read. That's pretty much my nighttime routine. And so meditation or deep breathing really, really helps you fall asleep, because you're pretty much lowering your heart rate, and heart rate and temperature are kind of the same, right? They go up during the day and then they go back down at night. And so if we can lower it before trying to fall asleep, it'll make falling asleep easier. So find a wind down routine that works for you and then stick to it. And one thing I recommend from this nighttime routine is to get a Kindle or an e-reader or some sort of way to read with the light being as low as humanly possible. So I got one of those light things, right, that you can stick on the books, and then it kind of like curves, and then the light goes, basically the light shines down on top of the book. And yeah, I find that makes a bit too much light, and so I just take my Kindle and I put it on dark mode, and then I go to the lowest brightness possible, and it's pretty much just like not no light, because I can still read, but it's the lowest possible, and I just read like that for like 15 minutes while deep breathing. So I go, right, I take slow, deep breaths as I read in the dark, and then I just take off my Kindle and fall asleep. That's probably like number one sleep hack out there. And same like as light, make sure that your room is as dark as possible. Alright, I hope that wasn't too overwhelming, but I just wanted this to be a straightforward, no bullshit sleep hacks you can use today to improve your sleep. Alright, I hope this helped you, and I cannot wait to see the progress that you make. Cheers, bro.